This is a clip from an earlier live stream. I know you're going to like it, so the link to the full video is down below. Check it out. I'll see you over there. Let's talk about something. I am not for the quote unquote cancellation of people that I disagree with. I don't agree with that. I don't believe that, though I disagree with you fundamentally, or I disagree with you ideologically, or even theologically, I don't believe that you should not be able to talk or say things that I disagree with. And I might very vehemently disagree with them. I don't believe that. What I also, however, though I believe that you should be able to say what you're going to say. Okay, fine. You're going to say what you're going to say. You cannot sit there and look at, well, hey, I said whatever I wanted to say and subsequent consequences have followed, and then you start blaming the consequences. Right? A lot of you all know that I like watching body cam footage. And I think body cam footage is a great example of human depravity, like how a drunk driver will blame a police officer for pulling them over. Somebody speeding will blame the police officer for pulling them over. You're a sovereign citizen. You know you have this fake license plate on your car, but you blame the police officer. Instead of taking the all-elusive word accountability, they'll blame everybody under the sun except themselves for what they chose to do. You have the free will to, I think it's an ignorant thing to do, but you have the free will to drive fast on the highway. You have that free will. Like the Lord is giving you the power to push your foot down and you can drive fast on the highway. Don't be upset about the consequences that come from that. Y'all know I live here in Atlanta. We drive fast here in Atlanta. We can't be upset. We have a super speeder law here. If you're so many miles over the speed limit, it's like some exorbitant, crazy fines, and they take your car. I think they make you walk up and down the highway, collect trash. I mean, it's crazy. It's called the super speeder bill. Because, I mean, there are people who are doing like 30, 40, 50 miles over the speed limit on our highways. You have the right to do that. You could do that. It's insane. It's dumb. You're probably going to put yourself and others in unnecessary harm, but you can do that. Just don't be upset when you get arrested for it and you're in jail and you're on the side of the road picking up trash. Don't be upset. You know, if I drive 110 miles per hour on 285, and if they catch me and they pit me over into a wall, I'm going to go to jail. And I'm going to be in jail for a long time. They're going to take away my driver's license. They're going to make me walk up and down the highway collecting trash. Okay, I'm taking those consequences. I'm willing to take the risk. Just accept it. Back to where I was going. We're going to look at a content creator that I've looked at a couple times here on the channel, and I knew this day was coming. I knew it was coming. When the content creator got out there and was really wilding out on YouTube, you know, YouTube is a very finicky place. It's not an equal weights and measures. It's definitely not an even scale. But this person got out on YouTube, and they had been banned from YouTube before. They came back on YouTube, and they was really showing out, as my grandma would say. She was showing out on YouTube. Well, the inevitable happened. And mind you, this person's channel has been growing. I mean, exponentially. I mean, I got to say, at one point, I had more subscribers than this person. At the current moment, this person has like 180,000 subscribers. Crazy, right? This person is cooking. But I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. YouTube is good at doing what YouTube does, which is letting you go as far, give you as much rope as you can to delete yourself. So we're going to look at Lily Gaddis because she got her channel demonetized. I don't know how long. We're going to watch the video and find out.
The tragedy of today that we are going to be talking to is not about black people attacking more whites on the trains. Shockingly enough, we are actually going to get to talk about something different. I know that that's a common thread that seems to be happening all the time, but today, you know what's happening? They're trying to keep a real down. They're trying to keep a real down. That's what they're trying to do because they cannot handle the truth. And this is just the facts. When you come speaking the truth about certain things, if you're raising racial...
So again, I'm just going to bring the example here. Lily knows that what she's saying is not is not kosher, is not well received. So the idea that, well, I'm just speaking truth and blah, 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 to me is being disingenuous. You know what you're saying, and you know what you're saying is problematic for a lot of reasons, as well as on YouTube, period. So the idea and this notion of feign, like, oh, they're trying to stop a real one. They're trying to stop a real one. No, ma'am, these are the consequences. We live in a consequence society. And really, this should have happened a long time ago, truth be told. But YouTube will do that. They will let you run all the way out. I guess YouTube will be a really good fisher, because they get that fish on the hook and they let that fish just run and run and run as far as it wants to go. And then you pull it taut and start reeling it in. So I don't know why she thought that this was going to be a different experience, because she's already been demonetized before. She knew that was going to happen, and YouTube just allowed her. Maybe they wanted to see if you were going to keep going and keep wilding out. But here we go.
Awareness, let's say, if you are, heaven forbid, pro-white or a pro-white voice out there, which I am, which I always will be, and will always influence my content no matter what it is, they will try to keep you down. I've said in a couple other videos that there is a pipeline of cancellation. So what this is here's the top tier of cancellation. The top part of cancellation is they will try to smear your name. So they'll put out hit pieces and they'll try to cancel you.
I meant to stop. I'm sorry. There was something else I wanted to add out here. I know we're not going to talk about her, but notice how much this woman sounds like our friend, Candace Owens. It is an uncanny. It's almost like they're reading a script. Listen to what she says. I'm going to back up just a little smidge, but listen to what she says. And pay attention to how much of it sounds like something Candy would say.
Your name. So they'll put out hit pieces and they'll try to cancel you. But we're living in like the post-cancel culture society where that doesn't really work anymore. In fact, it actually lends a little credibility to your name, and you gain kind of a little loyal, staunch group of supporters rather, of people who don't care about the media slams. Okay, so they don't quit there. When they can't defame you or smear your name or ruin your reputation, then they will try to take you off the platforms. Hang on, the dog's screaming to be let in. So I'm babysitting my mom's dog while she's away. She had to go down to stay with her sister for Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm doing today. He looks quite awkward and uncomfortable. He doesn't like to be held. He's so awkward. He's the worst cuddler. He's such a cute dog, but you can't cuddle with him. So to get back to the video, the cancellation cycle, they try to defame you. They try to take away your platform. When they can't take away your platform or get you banned, then they will take away your means of funding the project. They will demonetize you so that you cannot make the money that's necessary to continue putting out the content. If they can't stop you then, well, then they try to either jail you or ruin your life through lawfare, or like what's happening to Candace Owens, maybe even put out a hit on your life. Well, I am in the middle phase right now. I was just demonetized on YouTube. Okay, this happened this past week. I didn't announce it because I was trying to appeal the process and whatever, but that's what's going on, folks. I've been demonetized on YouTube. And I always wondered about creators who made a big deal about that until I realized, oh, that's like your sole form of income. Like, so now I'm just making videos.
Okay, I didn't mean to stop right there. I apologize. Somebody said that the dog is mad because he's black and he thinks she hates him. I mean, really, please understand, this is the consequence of your decisions. This is not a consequence-free world that we live in. This is not a video game where you make a mistake and you respawn and you just try again. You try to jump across a cliff, you respawn, try again. No, this is not it. There are consequences and everything is for keeps. So this is and we knew this. We know this on the terms of service when we join YouTube and the partner program. And they could be finicky. I know people who've been demonetized for far less than what Lily Gaddis has been doing. And I told y'all the story 2 years ago. I got my entire channel removed. They took my entire channel away from me 2 years ago over something far less egregious than anything that Lily Gaddis has done. I've never said anything about it. Like, dang, she gets away with some bona fide foolishness, and y'all took my whole channel away for 7 days actually. Wow, that's kind of wild. So, but this is the thing though. Ma'am, these are the consequences of your actions. Don't try to separate your actions and say, well, my actions are pure as a driven snow and the consequences should be as follows. No, that's not the case. No. Sometimes your consequences are just perfectly pure. Maybe you get the wrong consequence. That can happen. But that's not what has happened to Lily Gaddis by any means of measure. Finish up. Let's go.
For free, and I have the electricity bill for all the billions of lights that's in here. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, now he looks like he's dying. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, get down. Just stop whining at the door. Yeah, lay down right there. You got to pay for the equipment. You still have to pay for the people who make the thumbnails. You got a lot of bills to do, aside from the builds of natural life there. So yes, I have officially been demonetized on YouTube, which was my sole form of income. Aside from a few tiny little outlets here and there, YouTube was my main money maker. And I'm kind of stupid. I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't plan ahead. I live in the moment. I put it all out there. I'm an open book. I live with my heart on my sleeve. You know, if I say something, I mean it. I couldn't censor myself. I refuse to censor myself. It's just impossible.
But that's not no. Lily, you can censor yourself. She has her own URL, her own website, where all of her content is uncensored and it is completely off the rails. Ma'am, you can do that and you can have your censored material here on YouTube. And you can still send people to your website or to your Patreon. You don't have to put it on YouTube. And you can play the YouTube game and you don't have to get demonetized. But see, you don't want accountability, Lily. That's the problem. And I don't want to talk to you like you're my daughter, but you're dang near her age, a little bit older than her. Baby, these are the consequences for your decisions and your actions. And if you don't want the decisions or your actions, guess what? Don't do those things. It really is not a surprise nor a shock. It should not stun an adult human that's lived longer than 20 years. That should not surprise you that there are consequences for your decisions. That's why you don't have a job in real life. That's why your real only moneymaker is YouTube, because of because of the decisions that you made in real life. And you knew this. You knew this. I mean, the terms of service and the partner program application is very clear what they don't want. They're regularly updating that, letting you know what you can't do, what you can't say. And Lily, you haven't even been towing the line. You have been monster trucking over the line forever. And this should not be a surprise. There are consequences. We can say we got free speech till the cows come home. I got free speech, but I know one thing. I better hit mute when I want to say it if it's going to contradict what I'm doing here on YouTube. It's really that simple. I can just real quick, this is what I, and now I'm back. See, just do that. You don't have to do this, but I'm taking accountability because I realize that I am responsible to play this game with YouTube until I get to which by the way, is funny that you don't have a 5-year plan, because I do this. I have a 5-year plan. Until I get to my 5-year plan, I'm going to play the YouTube game. I'm going to play the game with them. I'm going to play patty cake. They want to do some double dutch, some hopscotch. Okay, fine. Sometimes it's like you're playing Calvin ball with them. But Lily, this should not be a shock.
Possible. I really tried. My best. Believe it or not, what you saw on YouTube was the vanilla me. It was like the vanilla of the vanilla. And I tried my best, but they want to keep a real down, okay? And that's what they're doing. So, all of that to say, we will persist. The truth will prevail. These people think, and in all seriousness now, these people think that if you take away people's form of income, if you ban them off of platforms, for I'm sure I will be banned on YouTube soon, they think that can stop the truth. Well, it can't stop people's eyeballs, okay? So even if there was not a single podcaster in the world talking about these sorts of things, you see it for yourself. You've experienced it for yourself. You feel a fear about walking around in the streets that you pay for. You feel fear to get on a train, despite the fact that your taxpayer money goes to pay for that train, because it's dangerous in society. We just happen to be talking about it. We're just not lying. We're just telling the truth. And the people who tell the truth are attacked constantly. My friends are being sued for millions of dollars. The censorship clouds are really moving in. It's starting to get bad out there, folks. It's starting to get bad out there. So if you want to support what I'm doing, because I will always be a pro-white voice, I will always be a pro-white activist, you know where I stand on that. I have started a new channel. It's called Club Gaddis over on YouTube as well. So if you want to go support.
So one of the things YouTube does not like this. And I didn't realize, I didn't pay attention.
If the powers that be who have certainly got the
part.
call.
I'm going to tell you right now, her days on YouTube are numbered. I'm telling you right now, YouTube does not like if you get banned for ABC channel and you turn around and you start XYZ channel or Club XYZ channel, it's a wrap. You are guaranteed to get banned off of YouTube. Give her by Christmas. Let YouTube find this out. Because this video is on YouTube, by the way. As soon as YouTube finds out that she has another channel and they've already demonetized her, once they go ahead and ban her off of here, they're pulling every one of those channels. And they don't like when you skirt around their monetization. Yeah, she's going to get in trouble for this.
If the powers that be get their way, we will not be around for much longer. So what I'm doing on this other channel is I'm promoting cultural values. I'm promoting like Euro-American values, and I'm trying to take everything that I've learned in politics and actually put it towards something that can help the country.
This is something else. I know I'm getting a lot of trouble for this one. And here, let me big screen myself so I can get in trouble. I'm finding this really adorable. There's this underswelling, this movement of people that haven't been on the planet 30 years that are trying to preach about what they've learned. That foolishness is completely bonkers to me. Ma'am, have you voted for 3 presidents yet? Please go sit down. Have a seat. Sir, do you even shave? Sir, please go have a seat. Go have a seat. That is crazy work to me that people, what have you learned? What have you really learned in your sub 30 years? I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. Please go sit down. Now, I'm not saying that every old person is wise. I'm not saying that every young person is a fool. What I am saying, however, is somebody who has barely been on the planet 30 years and you're going to go around and tell people how to move and what to do. I'm sorry. That's just not, that's a fool's errand. We see a lot of them doing this. There's a lot of them out there doing this stuff. And it's amazing. And then if we raise the limit to 40, these sub 40s that are out here running amok is pretty interesting. Like, y'all wild, man. Y'all are whole wild. So back here, what can I learn from you, Lily, when you can't even control your own mouth? You can't even control the words that come out of your mouth to play the game properly on YouTube so you can remain keeping your viable form of income.
Because it is hard when your main source of income. I just basically lost my job. Okay. And I'm not complaining. It is what it is. And frankly, if you're not demonetized on YouTube or banned on YouTube, you're probably not over the target and you're probably lying. Okay.
No. Or here's another idea. Here's another crazy idea. Maybe you recognize that as a Christian, me being out here over the target is not representing Christ properly. So I'm not going to go out here and just start saying wild stuff about white people or Indian people or Asian people because I'm over the target. No, I'm not going to do that because it's not appropriate. I can still have a dialogue and discussion. We're going to watch a video about Muslims in a second. We can have a discussion and not be disrespectful to them and just be like, okay, we're going to disagree on this matter, and we're going to always disagree on this matter until we make some kind of inroads, but I don't have to be disrespectful to them. And that's where I think Lily is missing that. Because again, she has like a basically second grade understanding that, hey, if I'm saying something true, it doesn't matter. My mom said I can punch anybody in the face if they said something. Okay, and now look what happens. There's rules. There's things that you can and cannot do, even if somebody told you to do it. This doesn't make sense. So let's bring her back. Let's get done. Oh, Lily Sue.
So we're not toning it down. We're not shifting. We're not rebranding. We're just taking the fight in a direction where I can actually have an impact. Okay. Like I said, if I wanted to pursue politics, I would go into politics. I would run for office, but I have no intention of doing that. I have too much of a temper. I'd end up probably going to jail. Can you imagine me on a debate stage with these people? I would lose my temper. I have too much of a temper for that. So I want to tap into more of my feminine side. I want to tap into more of other things that interest me. And I want to take the political cause and bring it to the culture. I can't change politics, but I can change culture. I can inspire people to be better. I can inspire unity amongst us. And you know what I mean by us. And that's what I want to do. And that's where you can find me, Club Gaddis, or at Buy Me a Coffee. So anyway,
I know you liked that episode. This is actually a clip from a larger live stream. The link is down in the description, so you can go check it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you down there. Grace and peace.